Hello and welcome to my third Python programming tutorial. In the last tutorial we talked about strings, variables, and functions. This tutorial I'll be talking about how to combine all of those ideas together to create our first program. So the first thing I'm going to do is open the Python idle. And instead of using the shell line by line, how we have been doing, I'm actually just going to open a new window by clicking File, New File, and it will open this window. So this time we'll be putting our code into this, and we'll be saving it and then running it within this window, and it'll essentially be our own program. So what we're going to be doing is just creating a simple hello world program, and then I'll probably include a twist onto it, a little different than normal. So if you can think back to the last tutorial where we talked about the print function, you can probably think of a simple way to make a basic hello world program, but I'll show you how to do it. So we're going to call the print function first, and then within the print function we're going to put the string hello world. So you're going to put quotations and then hello world like a type, then close it and then close the function, and literally just this will be our first program. So if you click run, you can also press F5, run module, and you have to save it. So you can save it on your desktop. If you have a folder for your documents or for your Python programs, just make one. I'll just call it hello world and save it. As you can see, it outputs hello world. And that's how simple it is to create a program. So let's just close that and go back to our previous. So what I want to do is, so I'm going to essentially be doing the same thing, but I want to make use of the input function that we learned about in the last tutorial as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a variable with an input function. So what I want to do is have it so that a user will input their name, and then the program will respond to them, the hello world, according to their name, or including their name. The way we can do that is, first we need to make a variable for the input so that we can refer back to it. So I'll just call it name, and then we can do name is equals to, and then we want to include, or we want to add the function that we're going to be using, which is the input function, because we want them to input their name. And if we just put the input function, it'll prompt the user to input information, but they won't know what information to input. So then you have to, within the input function, you have to include a string so that the user will know what to input. So we'll just say what, where I have to make it a string. So quotations, what is your name, question mark. And at the end, I'll just put a space and then close the quotations and then close the function. Put the space just so that it, once it asks them their name, the cursor will be a space out. So it just looks better like that. All right, and then next, since we created our variable, we'll just go a few lines down, and now we want to actually put the print function to what the user will see after they input their name, kind of as this is like the output section of our program. So the first thing we need to do is actually call the print function. And within the print function, we want it to say something along the lines of hello, then hello their name, and then also hello world. We can do something like that. So what I want to do is start the string hello. So you may be thinking you want it to say hello and then whatever name they input up here. So we can refer back to this variable, the name variable. But if you would look, if I wanted to put in the variable now, as you can tell, it's still a part of the string. So there's no way that you can do that like that. So the way you have to do it is you'll have to close the string, and then your next thought might be to just add the variable like that and then close the function. And you might think, oh, that should be how it works. But just to show you that it wouldn't work like that, I'll just save it. As you can see, we have a syntax error. All right, and there's a reason for that, and that I'll explain. So so this variable right here, it's a string, correct? So this is being read as a string, and this is a string. So you have to concatenate the two strings together or combine them together. The word that's officially used is concatenate. So the way you can do that, or one way to do that, would be, I think there's multiple ways to do it. You can just use an addition sign. So we want to say hello, and then add this variable to it. And then how else I guess we can put like an exclamation point, or we'd have to do it like this, exclamation point, and since that's another string, since we want to put a string after it, we'd just put another addition sign. So just keep in mind that these addition signs are just adding this string to this string, or this addition sign is adding this string to this string, and then this one's adding this one to this one, or adding them all together, so that they'll come after each other. However, this is not a space, so there won't be a space. So there's multiple ways I guess you could do this, but what I will do is I'll just use the same thing I did up here. I'll just put a space within this string, so it will put a space between these two, and then I don't need a space here. I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this, but this is the only way, or the way that I will be doing it for now. So just this should say hello and then whatever name they input with an exclamation point. But I want to add another one that then says, so by doing that I'll need to add a space here and then concatenate another string that just says hello world. So it's essentially the same as normal. So if we run this, it should first prompt an input of the name, and then once they input the name, it should print out hello, their name, and then hello world as well. So let's just run it to see if it works. So what is your name? I will put, I don't know, Chad. Hello Chad, hello world. See, and this is a simple way to utilize the print and input functions, and then the variables and strings, everything that we've learned up to this point. But yeah, that is pretty much it, and that's how you create simple programs within Python. That is all for now, and I will see you next time.